Namaskaram. I pay my solemn reverence to all the listeners. I am making this video on the request of a lady devotee. Her sister is suffering from hemorrhagic leucorrhea. In this disease, blood comes with urine or sometimes even without urine. According to Ayurveda, when pitta is too high, then the blood oozes out from your genital part or from nose or mouth, eyes, ear, or even from anus. Pitta increases because if you eat too much soury and salty food, then it increases very high. A person whose character is of dominating nature, who is always in an angry mood, or who expresses anger in very violent manner, or even to a person who expresses anger in latent form. If you suppress your anger, then also this suppression causes your pitta to increases. This suppression of anger and violence and hatred also causes many poisonous elements to be formed, many poisonous compounds to be formed in your body, which increases the blood pressure. That increase of blood pressure causes hemorrhagic conditions. So it is better that you should transform your anger energy into love energy, into compassion energy. That would make you get rid of this disease. Now in Ayurveda, it is prescribed that there are many herbs which could cure your pitta problem. So I am giving you the lists of those medicines which are very important in not only curing this pitta problem, but also other problems also which are related to hemorrhagic or even other conditions, suppose skin rashes or cancer or high blood pressure or heat strokes, these types of diseases could also be cured by the herbs which I am providing you. So I am reading the lists, but I would also write the name of those herbs in this video, so it would be easier for you to understand and collect from the sources which you are acquainted of. Even if some of the herbs you do not get, then there is no need of disappointment. You should make the medicine out of the collected herbs. So I am reading the name which I have used in past 25 years. I have experience of 25 years in this field. So I have noticed that these herbs are very important and very useful. So the first is, you have to make a ash of alum. If you would keep the alum on hot pot, it would release liquid within it. Then after vaporizing that liquid, you would get the ash. Then you should collect that ash and make it powder. The herb I am reading is Acacia arabica, pomegranate fruit bark, guava leaf, rose petals, Ficus religiosa bark, Areca cachu, that is betel nut, Terminalia arjuna bark, Merica sapida bark, cotton leaf, silk cotton tree flower, which is in red in color, this is also called Bombax malabaricum in Latin, Jonesia asoka. There are two varieties of this asoka tree. One is ornamental, which generally you would find in parks, but that is not very much efficient. If you would get the bark of big asoka tree, which has many branches, big branches, that tree bark is more effective in this case. Another is Butea frondosa. Butea frondosa, you could get the latex of Butea frondosa or even flower. Mira, Silesia cristata, the leaf of this Silesia would work. Eclipta alba, leaf as well as its dendrites also would work. Then lotus seed or petals, blackberry fruit, leaf, seed or even bark. Then Olden Lambia herbaceae. This is the herb usually found as weed. You could use the whole plant. Then conch ash. This is a very difficult thing to make it, so it is better that you should buy it. There are many Ayurvedic companies. Those companies made this, so you could buy from market. That is better. If you want to make ash from conch yourself, then you have to first make it powder. Then you have to keep it in the cow dung and then burn it in a pot, sealed, that earthen pot, and sealed very meticulously. Then you hit that in very high temperature, and regularly you have to hit for 30 times or at least 16 times. So it is very difficult, but if you want to make, you could make, there is no problem. And then opium latex. But this opium latex should be in the amount of only 10% of the amount of the herbs which I have mentioned earlier. So only 10% proportion is good. And then turmeric and ash of pearl is also very good. And even you could powder the herb and then mix it with lotus petal, and you have to mix it for that much time when there is no, then it should be very smooth. When you take, when you check, it should be very good powder in that form, which you could even use in your on your cheek. You can paste it, you can dab it on even your cheek. That amount should also be on the same level of the herb. Means you could take the amount in equal proportion. That is no problem. Now I would like to give you some tips on the acupressure point. So first you should take out your wrist, and there are around 9 points on the wrist, both hands. So look at this wrist form in the lower side of the wrist. So there are 3 knobs here, and there are 3 equal points on all these 3 knobs. So you have to press like this. Press for 5 minutes, and if you press for 5 minutes on both hands, 3 times daily, you have to do this. And one more thing that you should do, that on the ankle point, I am showing you on the ankle point, there are also 3 acupressure points which are very sensitive to this. If you would press those points, then that would also cure that will also cure your hemorrhagic leucorrhea. Look at this point here. Here you have to press it like this. Those who are suffering from hemorrhagic leucorrhea, they would feel pain here and pain here. In both the legs you have to press. So press hard at that point which is aching more. So the painful points should be pressed harder, because that point is getting damaged because of the hemorrhagic conditions. So this is the acupressure treatment. And then I would like to give you some tips on yoga. So first, yoga is Mool Bandha. In Mool Bandha, what you have to do is you should contract your anal and genital organ. You should contract your genital organ as well as anus after exhaling. So first exhale out, breathe, then contract. Then start inhaling as well as exhaling, but you could not exhale and inhale in a normal manner, but that would be reduced. Your volume, the tidal volume of air would be reduced, because diaphragm would get contracted and you could not expand that diaphragm. So there is no need to worry. This is the process. You have to hold your end point of the anal organ and try to contract it as much as you could, and try to contract your genital organ as much as you could. Hold it, exhale and inhale, but exhaling and inhaling should not be in such a manner that it would the anal point or genital point get relaxed or retort back to normal position. You should hold those organ. You should contract, you should lift that as much as you could. For 5 minutes you have to do this. I am not saying that you should obtain this level in the very first day. You could extend gradually, the more you will be energetic, the more the duration you could hold. So this is the first yoga mood bandha. Then second is Ashwini. In Ashwini, what you have to do is in Sanskrit, Ashwa means horse. So if you watch horse, they used to contract their anus and then again push the anus outward. So pushing and pulling anus outward and inward is their habit. So during passing excretion, so you have to pull it, you have to push out. So pull inside and pull out, push outside. So both these things should be done in a very systematic manner, and you have to first exhale your breath and then hold your breath, and after holding the breath you should do pulling and pushing of the anus as well as your genital parts.